Hello everyone, welcome to Phase 1, the show where we look at pre-release content. So today we got a little special treat for you. Doom. Just Doom, not Doom 4, it's just called Doom now apparently. So this is being published by Bethesda and developed by id Software. It's supposed to be released later this year, I believe September, I want to say? And this is available, the beta is available for people who pre-ordered Wolfenstein The New Order, or who simply just ran over to GameStop between the 1st and the 3rd of April and got a free code. Myself included. So, this is actually ending today, so you might not see... So by the time you see this video, it's probably over, so sorry about that. Game's about 10 gigs download. A lot of stuff is cut out currently. There's only 2 maps and 2 gameplay modes. Options menu is limited. Right now it's actually going to the wrong monitor. It would constantly boot up and go to the wrong monitor, so that's annoying. So you get to select your monitor from these sets. Just guess. Vertical sync, even when it's off, it's still locked at 60, so just bear that in mind. Anti-aliasing, limited. Chromatic aberration, at least they can give you an option to turn this off. This is nice for collision and depth of field. It can make some people very sick. Voice chat, this is push-to-talk by default. Left shift is your push-to-talk button. Thank you for doing this. That's actually a really good button to do, especially since this game doesn't have sprint in it, so that's nice. Key bindings, rebindable, always nice to have. You're going to want to turn up the mouse sensitivity up, because even with like my Logitech mouse, my G9, or God, what is it called? The G603. I can't even remember my mouse name now. Holy crap. But anyway, it's Logitech G502. And yeah, even at full blast, like all the way up, maximum DPI, I was still having trouble shooting people. So, something to bear in mind. Alright, let's look at loadouts here. Something you all want to see. So, each weapon has a weapon mod. And this can be just from, like, zooming in. So, pretty much all these are just right-click based. To actually, like, something like a rocket launcher would have, like, you can detonate the rockets in mid-flight. Or the super shotgun. Like, which can constrict. Like, so... tighter spread pattern, so it's like less spread out. These guns are really cool. Some of them kind of make a return from the... Well, actually, I think all of them have made a return from the original Doom. That or Doom 3. Just kind of combined. What's nice about this game is that, yeah, there are sniper rifles, but guess what? There's almost no camping. So, the only time you're ever going to see a camper is in a wide open area with a sniper rifle, and he can be shot at multiple angles, just like God intended. Hack modules. Let's get into this right now, because this is kind of controversial. A little bit. I mean, people love to dig up controversy on anything nowadays, right? So, this kind of works like Titanfall, whereas when you die or when you spawn, you can select one of these. I believe Titanfall let you do this as soon as you spawn into the game. I believe you can only select this after you've died and then respawned. So... these give you little bonuses here and there, right? And they last for a certain amount of time as you're alive. So, you start this thing, the timer starts going down. When you die, when you're selecting other ones, like, you can see how much time you have left on these things. And I wish I could show you a little bit more, but something like, show enemies' health, display respawn timers and pickups for 60 seconds. It's not a game breaker. It's not even close. It's something that's a little bit extra for just helping people out. It's not like death streaks, it's not like burn cards where you can be really overpowered with rare cards. It's fine. Nothing too serious about it. Although I will say it's a little annoying that they're being offered as pre-order bonuses, so people can, like, as soon as they start, they already have a slight advantage. But something like spawn with A+ armor is like nothing when you actually hear about this game's mechanics, because in the game you can actually just pick up armor all over the battlefield, just like in Doom. I haven't played the other Doom multiplayer games, but this game is really cool in that it's like the Doom single player. You have a lot of areas to roam around in. You have little secrets and power-ups. And when I say power-ups, I don't mean just armor and weapon pickups. I mean like actual things that increase damage and stuff like that. Customization, by the way, I almost forgot to get into this. So, when you level up in the game, you can unlock points, and you can just, which will let you level up. I believe you might be able to buy some of these with in-game currency, but you can level up and get, like, badges and paint jobs and all kinds of stuff like that. decent amount of options so far in the beta. I appreciate that. You can also like increase the dirt intensity and scratches. It's a little too shiny for my taste, but then again, this game is kind of be like it's a weird mix. Like what I've gathered from Doom so far is that it's trying to be this dark and gritty game, but also this dark, colorful game, if that makes any sense. I've also had some issues with lag. Now, not like in game, but like just like as in like seeing like rubber banding, but it's actually kind of rare so far, which is surprising. It's quite stable, but I've seen like failed to connect to servers. There seems to be dedicated servers. Maybe just by ping just drops off or whatever, but yeah, it's a little annoying. Not sure why we don't have a lot of people. Maybe I don't know. It's a weird time in the US right now. Everyone's kind of going to work. There we go. So Infernal's one of them, and Heatwave's the other. This is one of the areas where there's a lot of quarters, but there are like the occasional wide open areas. This area, I believe, has like a demon ruin that spawns. So one of the cool things in this game is that there's a demon. In addition to the cool like little damage power ups and all that, you have the demon ruin power up. Also, if you want to loot people, you just hit tab and enter in game. We're going to do the custom loadout first, and the Revenant. So, jetpack into the air and eviscerate opponents with a barrage of missiles. So, I assume that you're going to be able to get more demons in the future, but that's kind of like the standard enemy from Doom. The Revenant, he just has a jetpack. He looks like the, I understand Doom came first, guys, but he looks a lot like the common enemies from, what are they called in Resistance? Chimera? Yeah, the guys with the cooler packs. Looks exactly like them, actually. I understand, Doom 3 was around first, but yeah. And then also Gears of War, some of the bigger locust enemies, they look kind of like that anyways. What is with that? They all kind of look the same from all these games. So anyway, so welcome to Doom. It's pretty awesome. This is probably, so far, one of my favorite shooters of the year, and I'm just playing a beta. That's how good it is. If the final game is just this but more, I would gladly buy that day one and do a review for you guys. As you can see, we only have 79 seconds remaining on the armor plating. Alright, so let's roam around first. Alright, so some weapons actually don't start out with full ammo, so you can just collect that. There's also health packs on the ground. There's no regenerative health. It's just like just like playing a regular game of Doom, except multiplayer. Oh, Jesus. Now, the little green things on the ground were armor. And at the bottom left there, you can see, like, I have a certain amount. I just actually lost some. Ah! Not very good at this game. As you see right now, I'm detonating the shotgun, or the rocket launcher before it hits, and this guy just lagged out. Works for me. Got the kill. I'm trying to get to the objective, and people are just wrecking me on the way there. I think now we have people on our team. Pick up some armor. Gunplay, it feels very skill-based. I mean, it might seem like I'm just noob-tubing here, but no, there is some skill because it's all about timing, and there is a lot of mobility. And you have jump packs. There's the Revenant right there. Watch out for him. He can, like, kill you with 2 rockets at full health. It's mostly a power-up. You can see, like, he's pretty much becomes the target of everyone. Yeah, you have to also watch out for the shotgun, or sorry, the rocket launcher, because you're like, oh wow, can't you just run up to someone and blast them, and then, like, if you don't even need that much travel time? Yeah, but then you hurt yourself. And everyone has jump packs, and they have large mobility. Like, you have a lot of areas to move around it. Like, some of these look like corridors. Not exactly. There's just enough to have pretty much any weapon be useful. I mean, some weapons, like, like a sniper rifle wouldn't work, but a shotgun would. And in some wide areas, yeah, if you're jumping around enough, you can probably get to enemies and use the shotgun on them. I like how weapons just don't feel useless on some maps. Like, every weapon, because maps are segmented up. Like, you'll have corridors, you'll have sort of long hallways for, like, those for, like, assault rifles, corridors for shotguns. And it's just, like, And even though there are areas that, you know, complement certain guns, it doesn't mean that everyone's going to be camping. The only campers in this game are snipers, and those are on areas that people can shoot at from multiple angles, that can climb there from multiple angles, give everyone has a jump pack, just like God intended. Make FPS great again. Build that wall, keep all the crappy ones out. It's great. I love it. And I'm not even a Doom fanboy, and I'm just getting so giddy over this game, because it's so much fun to shoot people. And there's no bullcrap like, oh yeah, this guy got like level 100 prestige, so he's gonna use like dual akimbo shotguns with like no stopping powers. Like there's no, like when I play a game, I don't have to worry about like, oh god, there's gonna be like a bunch of people leveling up to 100 first, and then I have to get to 100 before they do, so that I have even a fair chance at playing the game. Or I have to worry about a bunch of hackers. Well, hacking is something that's universal. I should say just campers. Just a bunch of a-hole campers. Like, no, you don't have to worry about that so far. At least from these maps. Jump pack isn't something as good as, say, Titanfall. There's not as much parkour. But it does help you get around. These guys are jumping around everywhere. I cannot get to the objective. It's okay, we'll do another one. God, we got slaughtered. I'll at least show you the how leveling up works. You just simply get experience points, and then you can get thrown a bunch of stuff like cosmetics and yeah, badges and little completing challenges give you more points. It kind of has that Call of Duty-esque feel of getting stuff and like getting rewarded constantly. So patterns and stuff like that. You'll level up pretty fast. I've only been playing for about an hour and a half, and I'm already 7. So far, match is about 10 minutes, and WARPATH at least plays up to 250 points. I'd love to see custom games where they can modify it. There's opportunity to throw more in here, but the groundwork right now is solid. If you want to know, like, is it going to be a good game? Multiplayer-wise, the core of it is looking very good, at least based off these 2 maps and these 2 modes. I'd love to... It doesn't look like they're having too many more modes in, which is a shame. I hope they can maybe do free DLC, and then just... we can pay for cosmetics or something with real money to keep the servers afloat, or just something like that, because I just want so much more of this game. It's really rare that we get a game that has a really good that's at least looking to have a really good single player and a really good multiplayer all in one bundle, and none of them feel like tacked on or anything like that. By the way, readying up is just to quicken up everything, so if everyone readies up now, we'll just enter in immediately. Intermission is just for people who, I mean, it works. Like, I actually like this form of intermission, where it's like, oh, you're ready? Well, then we can just speed this up, or we can just wait. Other games, it's like you have like less than 20 seconds. Or some games are like, everyone has to ready up first before you can even start the game, which is incredibly infuriating. This is fine. Although, I do wish that it would be a little bit quicker. We're gonna play with the plasma assault rifle, or whatever it's called, the... Hang on. What was it? At the lightning gun. Let's try the... assault again, but let's try... Well, this is the base class I was using custom before. Alright, so this guy has, when you right-click, it's a long cooldown, but you fire this really powerful bolt. Or you could just die before then. Deaths in this game are pretty fast, but if you have armor, you can drag it out a bit, and I like that. It combines, like, see, like that. There's that little reticule, it's, around the reticule, it's, like, reloading that shot, so you can't do that all the time. You can take away huge chunks of health, though. But that's what I like about it. Like, it's not like COD or Halo. Like one is like, oh, it just depends on who had the most amount of shields at the time. Like, or who's been picking each other off the longer. Like Halo, when you fight someone, it's almost, you can almost tell it's like seconds before the fight who's gonna win. Call of Duty, it's like so sudden and fast. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Here, you have a chance when you get into an encounter. You have the jump pack, you have variously different weapons, like a rocket launcher versus a shotgun. Who will win? Well, it depends on, like, who's better at mobility, who has more armor. There's more variables. I really like it, guys. I'm just drooling over this game. Oh, Demon Rule. I really want to show you guys it, but unfortunately I can't. I did it last game, but we had so many issues with the servers just disconnecting me that I couldn't show it off, which is a shame. All you really need to know is you just get a big amount of health. You can go around and just blast people without a care in the world, although you have to be careful because everyone will be shooting at you. But you can pretty much just munch their faces off. Doing so terribly. I have to get to the objective. See, he had armor. And it can be a little bit unfair when, like, you kind of spawn and then you just encounter someone with a shitload more armor than you. Although I will say the spawns are pretty good so far. I haven't been spawned, like, right in front of someone. There's also melee attacks. I'm being attacked from behind, aren't I? There we go. Oh my god. Yeah, weapons are pretty balanced, and the game is just really fun. When I'm not dying all the time, horribly, to Revenants. But it is a lot of good fun, and I will definitely be keeping an eye on the game now. I wasn't really paying too much attention because it's like, oh yeah, it just looks like, you know, it's Doom, it looks like a pretty cool FPS, but, like, you know, I need to play it first. I need to understand, like, why people might be really into this game. Or, because, like, all we've seen are really just pre-release and promo materials, like, no real hands-on stuff yet. Now that we have it, well, I'm confident in the game now. The only thing that really affected are performance issues, lack of content, and bugs. Just like any other game. But so far what I've played, I'm confident that at least the multiplayer will be solid. I just hope they won't screw it before launch. Come on, get up. I'm getting ganked by, like, multiple people at once. I'm wondering where my team is. But anyway, guys, that's it for Doom. I really don't have much else to say. Oh, hype! Get those armor pieces. Hype! Oh, nice. Just moments like that make me so happy. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Do give it a look, though. If you have a... Oh, wait. Wait. No. I'll see you next time. I'm out.